According to the National Association of Women Business Owners, more than 11 million women own businesses here in the U.S. Those businesses generate nearly $2 trillion in sales and actually employ a total of 9 million people. Those are some steep numbers. And for more insight on the emergence of women-owned businesses here in Michigan, we're joined by CEO of Walker Miller Energy Services, Carla Walker Miller, President of Michigan Women Forward, Carolyn Casson, and also the CEO of the Lee Group. Joining us again, Mark Lee. We've got a full house here this morning. So let's start, Carla, tell us overall about your businesses and share your story as to how you got to where you are now.
This topic is really interesting to me because I am an unlikely entrepreneur. I became an entrepreneur because I had limited options in corporate America, and I think that's why a lot of women are starting businesses. I worked for corporate America for 18 years, and I was never the ideal candidate for a promotion or anything great. So when I started my business in 2000, it was with a commitment to value people, period. And I think typically that's what women business owners do. We value people.
So you kind of feel like you kind of hit that ceiling and you wanted to grow more, and so that was your way of kind of spreading your wings, would
Absolutely.
you say? Yeah,
Absolutely.
Interesting that you say an unlikely entrepreneur. I like that. So Carolyn, tell us about Michigan Women Forward. What's that all about?
Well, Michigan Women Forward actually looks for women like Carla who are smart, energetic, hardworking, and have a great idea and want to do something to make a difference. And so we invest in women-owned businesses. We start by offering them the hardest thing to get, which is capital.
And so how does that work? Do you seek them out and kind of recruit, or is it vice versa?
No, I think it's both. It's you find us because you have something that you'd like to turn into a business or expand, or we find you because you're out there and we get to know each other, and
Absolutely.
we bond over as hard as it's been, because it's really harder for women than for anyone else.
Yeah, you can say that. Yes,
right?
You can say that again. So, Mark, talk to us a little bit about, give us a snapshot of the overall landscape. How does it look when it comes to female entrepreneurs and then their impact on the economy?
Yeah, women entrepreneurs are powerful, becoming more and more powerful. And in the city of Detroit, for example, we have 62,000 small businesses, the fourth largest city in the country, according to the U.S. Census data, 2012 census data. And women make up over 42,000 businesses in the city of Detroit. Wayne County is the second largest county in the country in terms of the number of women-owned businesses, and the state of Michigan is ninth. So my point in saying all of that is the landscape is they continue to grow. Economic powers, they're bringing jobs to the community, and we need to have successful women-owned businesses.
And we do continue to see the growth, but are we seeing women in terms of numbers, sheer numbers, kind of overtaking men who are turning into entrepreneurs?
Absolutely. In fact, I've been writing a blog for a major publication for a long time, and the majority of the business owners who come to me to ask me to write about them are women businesses. And one of the things I want to acknowledge, Carolyn, I want to acknowledge Carla as well, I apologize. They both are in a Hall of Fame for recognizing their contributions for the entrepreneurial community. Just recently, you were inducted Friday night, I believe, at Wayne State University.
Congratulations.
And Carla's you've been inducted as well recently as well. So these are two dynamic women business leaders who are truly making a difference here in Detroit.
Setting just a great example for so many other women. I can ask you both this. What are some of the factors, do you think, that actually lead to success? Because we know it's not easy being an entrepreneur, let alone a female entrepreneur, right? What would you say?
Tenacity. You just have to get up every morning and climb up that hill on broken glass every single day, and have good support systems.
Absolutely.
We're a great support system for each other, and we try to be support systems for other women, and make sure that we all succeed, that not just one of us succeeds, that all of us succeed.
And what were some of the success factors you think for you personally?
I think even more so now than me personally, being part of the ecosystem that exists now. I started my business 23 years ago, and there was no real ecosystem for small businesses, and certainly not for small women-owned businesses. So making sure that you latch onto organizations like Michigan Women Forward, Detroit Means Business, Tech Town. There's so many opportunities. And one of the things that Carolyn and I have in common is that we're determined to make it easier for women now than it was for us. It's my daughter asked me a question a few days ago. She's an entrepreneur, and she says, "Ma, how much did you cry? Did you ever cry? And I said, yes, all the time.
Every day.
Yes.
And she said, who did you cry to? And there weren't as many people to cry to because it wasn't even acceptable that, you know, we're tough. You know,
Yeah,
we're
right.
pretty tough. But being
cried in the
generated,
bathroom.
this is really where no one can see you.
That's right.
But this is hard work.
Yes,
and
it is.
having a community of people who want you to win is a huge success.
Having that support system, it
Absolutely.
seems like there are more shoulders to kind of lean
Absolutely.
on now than
Right.
there were a few
Right.
years ago.
More resources available.
More
I mean,
resources.
it's actually the last couple of years have been very good years for small businesses because people have finally figured out that it's not the big companies that start businesses; it's the little companies that grow up to be big businesses.
And one quick point is that small businesses generate 60 to 70% of the net new jobs in America. They are truly the economic generator, engine in this country. So you're so spot on. We got to make sure that the resources are there. The resources are there. And again, they're employing people, they're spending money, they're paying their taxes, and they're creating jobs.
And just kind of adding more fuel into that system as the numbers continue to go. So really quickly, I wanted to ask all three of you, we're almost out of time, but if there was one, word of advice or one kind of tidbit that you would share with a woman who wants to become an entrepreneur but is maybe afraid to get started, what would you say?
Jump in the water; it's fine, and we're here to help you. We're gonna be there helping you to swim, to navigate, to get to the other side, and we're going to help you grow and make this, build your own personal wealth, because that's really why we do this.
And I'd say make sure someone is willing to pay for the product you want to sell. Pay more than it costs you to create it.
And live your passion, write down your dream, and go for it.
I love it. Great advice.